Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
everyone.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yeah, so I think we can start, yeah, already to not waste
Okay.
not
So,
waste.
welcome, everybody. My name is Piotr Loga, and I work at technical department at Menlo Electric. So, maybe first few words. Who are we? Menlo Electric is the fastest growing EA distributor of PV modules and inverters. So our main market is, of course, Europe, but right now we have a strong division in South Africa, and we are growing on Middle East. So we are growing every month. And you can see that illustrates on the picture when we have 7 logistics hubs uh, all across Europe. So if you want to talk numbers, we have 100 of megawatts in constant availability of products. We are in more than 31 markets. I think now even more than 35. 1,000 orders completed every month, 8 logistics hubs, as you could see on the picture before, and 50 megawatt of modules delivered every month. So that's who Menlo is, and one of our main partners is Deye. So I am pleased to welcome Philip on this webinar.
Yes, hello, everyone. Thank you, Piotr, for the short introduction of the Menlo. So now I'll do short introduction about the day and about myself. My name is, like already Piotr said, Filip Rębiarz, and I'm representing the Deye service, which is placed in the Poland. So we're servicing the Deye inverters, string, micro, and hybrid inverters Deye on the Polish market and European market. And today my voice will be like this is which you probably will hear more than Piotr, because I'll be speak a little bit more about the inverters. So guys, for you, I create 2 presentations. First presentation will be about the one phase hybrid inverters, 5 kilowatts. I will show you a little bit more about this inverter. I will tell you a little bit more about this inverter. Of course, you can feel free, and if you want to ask some question when I will do the presentation, feel free to do it on the Q&A. Yesterday, when we did in Poland in the Polish language the presentation, so we did like when I end the first presentation, we make the short break. After the break, we start searching the Q&A, and then we answer the question. I think, Piotr, this form will be good, and we'll do it the same today. Yeah.
Yes, we will do that for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we can start. So as I already told, I create for you guys 2 presentations about the inverters, hybrid inverters. So let's start for the inverters. And first, I want to tell you about a few advantages of the Deye some 5 kilowatts one phase inverter hybrid inverters. The max DC input power is 6.5 kilowatts, 500 watt. So the DC rater is around 1.3. So we can put, in this example, it's a 5 kilowatts, so you can put like a more than 20% of the power for the one inverter. So I think this is the big issue for this product, of course. Yeah, the big issue is that the high current of the charging and discharging of the battery. Yeah, so it's on the level like 120 amp. So this is, let's say, better and bigger than have the competition. Okay, I see. Sorry, I see that Andrew signed the message that he don't interest about the one phases. I will start after the break presentation about 3 phases. So let's say about 11 o'clock probably we'll start answer the question, and then we'll go to the three phases inverters probably. Yeah, so about 11 you can came to the presentation, because probably we'll start the topic of the three phase inverters hybrid. Yeah. Okay. So back to the topic. So as I already told you, the high accuracy of the charging discharging, and what else is really interesting of this product is that even that you have the 5 kilowatts of the product there. So on the load, or the backup load, you can put let's say something that will have in the peak 10 kilowatt or 10 kilowatts power per 30 second per 10 second, and this inverter will of course work with this. After 10 second on this level of this power, it will show the mistake. But this solution is good for the, let's say, customer that don't need so big inverter. Yeah, he need like a smallest inverters, but he have, let's say, one thing which is put on the load, which have the starting power higher than 5 kilowatts, and then it could make the problem with the inverter. But in this solution, it's not problem for this inverters if it's not longer than 10 seconds. Yeah. Of course, we have like one more big plus of this product is a built-in port for the generator power. Of course, you need to connect it the generator with the ATS only. So don't forget about it. You need to have the ATS. Yeah. And with the generation, you can charging discharging battery, but I will talk about this a little bit in the I'll talk about it later. Yeah. Of course, this inverter is compatible with all types of the photovoltaic modules. So even that you have the glass foil on the bifacial module, only you need to cooperate it with the data sheets of the module, and when it's compatible with the data from the data sheets of the inverters, they can work together. And what is the big plus of this inverters hybrid? You can put into the to the one string the PV, to the second string the wind turbine. But we speak about it a little bit later too. Okay, so. Again, one more thing for the big plus of these inverters, that you can put in the single phase 16 inverters in parallel connection. The one more plus is that you have option that it's named the time of use. So it's mean that you can cut the let's the day for the 6 periods, yeah, of charging and the discharging, charging and discharging the battery. Yeah, and of course they have big touch screen LCD from all Deye hybrid inverters. So I think this is big plus of these inverters too, because the end customer can see all data on the screen, on the touch screen, and it's easy to the installer to put all data in the inverters. Yeah. Okay, so now a few words about how these inverters look on the bottom. This is, of course, the bottom of the inverters, one-phase inverters. So the three-phase have a little bit different, but I will speak about it later in the second presentation. So let's start on the left side. So we have like a DC switch on off. Then we have the AC switch on off with the blue ring. Then we go into the right, so we have three ports of the communication, COM1, 2, and COM3. It means that on this communication port, you can put the cable from the CT, from the ATS generator, from the BMS of the battery, and of course from the connection parallel if you have more than one inverters. Yeah. So this is for this is created a communication port. Then you have the generation port. The generator port. So it's port created to put the cable from the generator. Then you have the load port. So in this load port, you put the backup, which so it means that you connect in this port the things that you want to work on the off grid, yeah, when there is not grid, and of course on the last one is the grid, so we're connecting here the grid, yeah. So when you're going down and to the left, we have PV connection for the string, yeah. We have here 2 strings. Then we have plus and minus its connection for the battery, and the last one is the port for the connection, the Wi-Fi logger. The Wi-Fi logger is included into the set of the inverter, but it's possibility that you can connect it by the wire. Of course, but you have to buy the logger, which is available to connect with the wire. Only the Wi-Fi is included into the set of the inverter. Okay. Next slide. It shows you the first solution how you can connect the Deye inverters with the generator in this case. Yeah. So you can put the generator, as you can see. And it will be work like helping to charging the battery in the time of use sets. You can choose that the battery in the level that you want to charging or discharging will be charging for the generator or for the grid. So I will show you into the next slide how it's look. Yeah. Yeah, and this is like a first solution how you can connect the Deye inverter with the generation. Yeah. Okay. And now is the time of use, because I always told time of use, and now you can see how it works. So this is the screen directly from the screen LCD from the menu from the inverter. So this is directly look like this. Yeah. So if you put the mark of the, like here is the red one. Yeah. So then the inverter start using the time of use. And when you put, you have 2 solutions. You can charge it directly from the grid or charge it from the generator. Of course, if you have your generator connect to the inverter. And then if you put the mark on the grid generator on the left side on the generator, then the inverter will be charging the battery to the level that you put on the battery, as you can see on the right side. Yeah. On the time, you have to choose what time will be this inverter charging or discharging. Yeah. And the power is what power will be using this inverter. Yeah. So let's say it's quite simple. It's look, I think, clearly, and it really work. Yeah. Okay. No, this one. Yeah. The next slide is one more thing that I already speak is that you can connect the Deye inverter with the wind turbine. Yeah. So this is the solution that you can see that you can connect it to the one string, the photovoltaic module, and to the second string, the wind turbine. You have special menu created for the wind turbine into the advanced function. So then you can choose the voltage, and then you can choose the current of this string. So you have to switch it into the menu that you want to use on this first on second string, the wind turbine, and put the voltage and ampere and current of the wind turbine. Yeah. Of course, as you can see already, there is like on this graph the battery and the load and the grid. So this is one of the solution that you can use it. Okay. Next slide is a few words about connection parallel the inverters. As I already tell, you can connect it parallel when it's one phases, even 16 pieces. So this is how it look, the connection of the parallel of the low voltage with the low voltage battery. You can see that there could be one battery, and it's not supposed to be like a, you know, each battery for each inverters. It could be one battery, but only what you need to do is the connection with the all inverters. Yeah, so only need to connect it with the cables, and then it will be start working. Yeah. Okay, and there is a few words about the remote control and remote operation. The Deye working with the two platform. Let's say the first is the SolarMan, and the SolarMan is created for the end customer, for the installer, and let's say for the service. Yeah, the first, which is creating for the end customer. It's named the SolarMan Smart. So this is the application for the end customer. And in this application, the customer can see only the simple things, that the graphs, the production, the level of the battery, and the alerts, let's say, which is going to show the inverters. The second one, the business, is created for the installer, so we can see the same things that see the end customer of the smart, but there is more for the installer, so we can change some data with the inverters doing but remotely. So plus of this is that even the customer, let's say, change something in the inverter and it will doesn't work correctly, yeah, the installer can do it remotely. You don't even, only what they need to do is to connection the inverter with the wire, with the internet. Yeah, when it's connection with the internet, there is no problem. He can check the data remotely and then change it to the right parameter if something is wrong with the inverters. Yeah, so this guy save the installer time. You know, the time is like a time in money, so it save your money, of course. Yeah. Yeah, and here will be the few screen of the how look the remote operation, the remote application. So as I already told, the end customer can see the chart and the floating of the energy, the battery level, the how many energy he take for the grid, what's going on the consumption for the load, of course. And then what is the production directly of the modules, of the PV modules. Then he can see the daily production, the year production, the month production. So all data that probably the end customer want to see, it will be available into the application. The refreshing of the application, let's say refreshing, so the data which is coming to the application is from the 10 to 20 minutes coming. So let's say it's quite good, like for me, quite good. Yeah, you will be see only the let's say all data would all data was happen almost into the good time. Yeah. Okay, and what's again is still the checking the parameter. So this is remote created for the from the installer. Yeah, installer, and he have more option to change to check the parameter of the grid, the parameter of the inverters, the parameter of the battery, what kind of the battery there is connected to the inverters. So what mode the customer have, if he want to change she want to change the mode. Of course, we can do the end customer can do it remotely, and of course the service can do it remotely too. So I can do it remotely too. We can switch off, switch on the inverters. So let's say that the installer, if have some problem, and it's coming from only from the data which is put into the inverters. We can do it remotely. There is no problem. Only we have to call to the Menlo. Then Menlo will contact with us, the service guys of the Piotrek or the Miłosz, and then we'll check the problem and find a solution for this, how to do it. Yeah. Okay, and now there is a few words about the protection, about how looks the inverters. Of course, the inverter have IP65, so it means that you can put it outside. Like for me, it's okay. You can put it outside, but better to make some small cover, small roof. Upper of the inverters, because it depends what country you will use when you use it. Yeah, there is like everywhere is different weather. Somewhere is cooler, somewhere is hotter. The summer is in Europe start to be hotter and hotter. So in my opinion, it's better to put some kind of cover, some kind of roof, if you want to put it into the outside. Yeah, but what is the big plus of the inverter is that the coil is put outside of the cover, so it means that the heat that it's producing from the production when they change it from the AC/DC, for this we need the coil. Yeah, so the heat is coming directly outside, let's say out from the cover from the inverter. There is not like putting up the temperature inside the inverter, where is a lot of electronics, and the high temperature. It's not like going for the plus, of course, for this electronics. So this is big plus from how it's built, that the cold it's outside the cover, outside the inverters. Yeah. Okay. And here is again one more slide about how we can connect the inverters we're using to the CT. So the CT is something that is measure the voltage of the grid. So you have already guys into the set with the included into the set with the inverters. So these graphs show how you can do it, how we can work with 0 to 100 output power. Yeah, so we can do it already like this. I will explain more in the second presentation when I'm gonna speak about the mode of that you can use of the inverters. Yeah. But in shortly, you can see that here is like two types of the let's say loads backup loads and loads mean. So let's say like you have home and it's connected into the switchgear, but you have already like an installation into the hybrid with the hybrid inverters, connection with the battery and with the PV, and then you have from the backup load port put the backup load. So what does it mean, backup load? Backup load could be the things that need to work even that there is like off grid. Yeah. So this solution is good if the end customer needs something that it must working. Let's say, I don't know, it will be something that they need something to let's say when it's cold outside to make the heat. So pumps of other things you can put only for the wall load, and then it will be working. With it. Yeah. Okay. And here is few more words about the cover and other things, the size with the inverter. So we can see that there is almost like let's say the same with the other brands, with the Goodby, Grobat and other things. The weight and the capacity, the volume of the inverters. Of course, we speak now about the one phase inverters. So there is not quite big inverters. The 3 phases is bigger machine of this. Yeah. But it's looked almost like let's say the size. It's almost like from the competitor. Yeah. Yeah, and the last slide about the one phase inverters is to show you guys how the LCD touchscreen look. So we have it on the front of the cover, and we have on the main screen is like a four status of the four sources, let's say. Yeah? So the first status in the left corner upper will be the status of the photovoltaic module. So it's show you into the chart what is the production of of your photovoltaic module. Yeah. Then when we go to the right into the upper corner right, you have the grid status. So it show you that there is like your inverters take some energy power, take some power for the grid or put it into the grid. It show you the graph and the numbers, of course. Yeah. Then when we go down and go to the left, we have the battery status. So it's the same like the other. It show you on the chart what energy is charging or discharging, what the level of the energy charging, discharging the battery. And in the right corner down, you have the status of the load. So the load is show you, it depends what is connected to the load port. Then it show you on this graph. So what energy, what level of the energy going into the load port. Yeah. And of course, in the middle of the screen, you have a small icon which show you that the inverter is on or inverter is off. And even when it start to be coming into some kind of the error, then on the middle of this screen, the inverter will show you the name of the error, let's say, name of the error. Yeah. And upper the screen, you have 4 diode LED, which show you the first the DC status. So when it's showing you that it's green, it means that there is DC connection. Second is AC LED, which is the green light, and it shows you the status of the AC grid. The third one is the normal diode. So it shows you when it's working correctly, all inverters, then you will see the normal diode. But when it's something happen with the inverters, you will see the red diode alarm, and the normal diode will not flash. Yeah. Yeah. So this was like a first one, short introduction into the one-phase inverters. So now, Piotrek, I think we'll take the 5 minutes break. Then we go to the Q&A, and then we go to the second presentation. Okay?
So maybe during the break, I will show our shop, Menlo shop, and also
Yeah,
how
I
to
think
contact
this will
us.
be okay. And after this, we'll go back to the Q&A. Okay?
Okay, great.
Great.
Okay, so what I wanted to show you, by the way, I see all your questions. I have some questions for Philip, so we can answer all of them after the break. But for now, I wanted to show you how to buy in our shop. Give me a second. Can you see it? I hope you can. Okay, yes. So basically here we have a battery from Deye, but on our shop you can find all our products. If you want the inverters, we divide inverters by producers, and here you can try hybrid. So all the inverters that Philip was talking about, you can find here on the single phase, and the 3-phase will be also here. You can see also the battery. So you basically just put add to the cart, and you can proceed to checkout or continue shopping. If you want to buy more batteries, you can also always choose the batteries that you want and add as many as you want. So that's pretty simple. I think that's all you need to know. But I wanted also to show you how to contact us, meaning Menlo, but I'm from technical department, so technical support mainly, but also sales, also customer service. If you want to know what is happening with your delivery, for example, and here, okay, I hope you can see it. So on this screen, you have to register, but you only need to put your email and I think your yeah, and that's it. I'm already registered, so I just logged in. You click submit ticket, then you choose the department that you want to contact. It's customer service or technical support. Here you put your phone number so we can call you back. If you want, here's the topic of the issue that you have or the question you have. You put the message. You can always add some files, and you just click send, and it lands into our system. And that's important for us because if it's not an email, if it goes through our system, if we don't answer it, it will always be flagged as unchecked. So we will always see there are some questions unanswered. So it won't be left alone. Everybody will see that this client needs our help. So, for example, if I get like 100 emails, sometimes I forget some emails. So that's why we prefer that system. But you can also write the email to support .en menloelectric.com, and then it will also land into our system. So you can do it both ways. And if you have any sales request, you can always write to sales Menlo Electric. So I think I will leave you with this slide, and when Philip will be back, we will begin the Q&A session. So stay tuned for 2 minutes.